This is News 3 Now at 6.
Children and staff at a Mount Horeb daycare are being tested for carbon monoxide tonight. There was a leak this afternoon at the Hearts and Hands Children's Center on Ridgeview Road. 3 children showed mild symptoms of carbon monoxide poisoning, but 4 adults were hospitalized. We have team coverage tonight. Madeline O'Neill spoke with parents who were picking up their children.
But first, Adam Duxer tells us what fire officials believe caused the carbon monoxide exposure. Adam?
Yeah, Eric and Charlotte, this call came in today just shortly after 3 o'clock after one of the workers who was working inside this building's gymnasium started to feel drowsy. And they later determined that 4 of the workers who were working with a piece of grinding equipment in the school's gymnasium had been exposed to carbon monoxide. Now, there were children inside, and I was told that the vents were open from the gymnasium to the area where the children were. And those children were all tested for a preventative measure, only a few showing some small signs. But out of those 4 workers, 1 showing critical conditions tonight and 3 other with minor symptoms, all 4 transported to the hospital in Madison. And we caught up with Mount Horeb Fire Chief Jenny Minter just after crews were wrapping up here moments ago.
There were elevated levels in the building throughout, not just the gym area, but the classrooms as well. So we did take precautions, and we did go through and check all of the children here and the teachers as well.
Now, Minter says at this point the building is safe to go back into, as some of the teachers have gone back in just to get their personal belongings. But she also said this was a very scary moment for the students inside and their families. Our Madeline O'Neill spoke to a couple of those families as students were leaving today and joins us now with their reaction tonight.
Yeah, we did hear from parents and children who said this was scary. We're across the street where parents were parking to pick up their kids tonight. Now, we heard from the chief. She said that carbon monoxide can be especially dangerous for children. So knowing that they appear to be okay, that they went home tonight, parents are relieved. We're hearing from many who said they got either a text or an email and knew to come here. But we also spoke to one mother who just happened upon this situation.
Yeah, I was freaked out, and like I said, I didn't get the text, so I didn't know what was going on. I just want to get her home, get her out of the sun, monitor her, but she seems like she's fine.
Hearts and Hands does an amazing job, so really anytime that we get anything from them, we feel pretty comfortable with what's going on, that the situation's being handled well. We have high confidence in what they do here, and just the fact that they've got instant notification on everything, that and they told us everyone was out of the building, everyone was safe. I mean, yeah, we don't have any reason to believe it'd be any different.
That sentiment was echoed by many other parents we spoke with who are happy with how this situation was being handled. We asked families what was next on the agenda. Many said just get out of the sun, go home and relax, maybe go get some ice cream after what was a stressful situation.
Maddie O'Neill live near Mount Horeb. Maddie, thank you. And we will have continuing coverage of this story and have any new developments on our Channel 3000 mobile app.
And let's check your first warn forecast now with meteorologist Dana Fulton.
We're in a very warm and humid pattern. The pattern likely not going to break anytime soon. Right now it's still quite sunny outside. Here's a live look with our Edgewater Skycam. Barely any clouds in the sky currently. Temperatures are in the upper 80s with dew points in the low 60s. A light breeze coming from the northeast, but that's in the single digits, so not enough to really help things feel any cooler. 88's where we've landed for today. That's where we're expected to hit tomorrow. Another very warm and humid day. The pattern just goes on with a slight chance for a shower or thunderstorm tomorrow, mainly from about 2 to 5 in the afternoon. High temperatures this weekend will crawl into the low 90s. Next week we stay in the upper 80s with a few more chances for some showers to develop. We'll take a closer look at those rain chances in just a few minutes.
2-hour coronavirus headlines now. New orders are in effect in Dane County. Restaurants are limited to 25% capacity, bars are limited to takeout only, and gatherings are limited to 10 people indoors and 25 people outdoors. This comes as the county surpasses 2,000 confirmed cases. Almost 1,000 of those cases are still active.
State Department of Health Services urging residents to stay home for the 4th of July weekend as the state is experiencing a spike in cases. Nearly 20% of total COVID COVID-19 cases in Wisconsin have tested positive within just the past 2 weeks. There were 530 new cases confirmed today as the state moves toward a total of 30,000. Contact tracers have determined nearly half of the new cases in Dane County are linked back to bars.
Gabriella Becerra asked local restaurants about their procedure to notify the public if an employee tests positive for the virus. Gabby?
Some businesses are choosing to be transparent with customers about employees testing positive for COVID-19. After 2 cases at the Great Dane, their executive staff says it was an easy decision to keep their customers informed.
Sometimes you need to make a smaller, hard decision now to prevent a larger, hard decision in the future.
2 employees tested positive for COVID-19 at 2 different Great Dane locations. Executive Chef Matt Pace says their team decided to be open and transparent on social media about how they're handling those cases.
Kind of went right back to, our business model, what's our company's general statement, and it was a very confident decision that we all had that this was the right thing to do.
Pace says his team was focused on respecting the privacy of employee health information.
That was definitely a very important topic for us, and what our communication is and how we do it is to make sure that we're following those guidelines, following those laws, respecting the privacy of any specific individuals.
Public Health Madison and Dane County does not require businesses to be open about positive cases. Pace says the best thing the community can do right now is to support each other.
There's so much uncertainty right now, and who knows what's right or wrong. But what we can do, and what I firmly believe and the Great Dane believe, that the positive thing is to support each other in their choice.
The Wisconsin Department of Health Services says they have no immediate plans to list businesses with positive COVID-19 cases on their website, adding that it's an extremely lengthy process to redact private and protected information.
Gabby, thank you. New at 6, Public Health Madison and Dane County is asking people to check their racial biases when making assumptions about what's causing the spike in cases here. In a Facebook post, they asked people what biases they have that have led them to believe protesting is driving the spike instead of the actual drivers. Public Health says while more than half of the new cases have been linked back to bars, only 12 cases so far have been linked to protest. Instead of worrying about protesting, the post asks people to consider how you, your family, and your friends can change your social behavior to slow the spread. There's a link to the full blog post on Public Health Madison and Dane County's Facebook page. Breaking news, the Dane County Medical Examiner has identified the man who was recovered from Lake Kaganza on Tuesday as 58-year-old Ricky Strand of Stoughton. The medical examiner's office says he was boating with friends on the lake and reportedly jumped from the boat on Saturday evening. An autopsy suggests the death was an accidental drowning. Additional testing is underway at this time.
Madison police say a woman has turned herself in for the fatal shooting of a 25-year-old man on the city's north side yesterday afternoon. Police say 22-year-old Heaven Grant approached detectives who were investigating the shooting scene on East Bluff. She told officers she had recently broken up with the victim and allegedly saw her driving. He saw her driving, started following her car. Grant reportedly pulled into a parking lot, exchanged words with the victim, later shot him as he was getting into her vehicle. The victim ended up back in the car he was traveling in with at least one other person. The driver stopped on North Sherman Avenue after seeing firefighters in the area and went to ask them for medical help. Developing now, the Department of Justice is investigating after a Sheboygan police officer shot and killed a man. WISN TV in Milwaukee reporting police were called to the scene just before 6 a.m. when a caller reported a man carrying weapons. Family members identified the man as 32-year-old Kevin Ruffin. They say he's a longtime Sheboygan resident and that police are familiar with his history of mental health issues.
He's on medication. He has mental issues.
And they knew about it.
So they know about it. They've been dealing with him for over a decade. This man wasn't in the right state of mind for someone to kill him like that.
Sent out an email with
The officer's been placed on administrative leave. Police would not say if Ruffin was actually armed when they arrived at the scene. Sheboygan police do use body cameras.
Milwaukee Bucks guard Sterling Brown is sharing his experience with police brutality with the goal of changing a corrupt system. He writes about his arrest in a Walgreens parking lot in January 2018 when he was tased after parking illegally across 2 handicapped stalls. Brown says he rejected the city of Milwaukee's $400,000 offer to be quiet quote, after cops kneeled on my neck, stood on my ankle, and tased me, end quote. He says he had to reject the money because he can't be quiet and has a responsibility to help, quote, change the narrative for my people. After 20 minutes of standing outside in the rain and cold with a group of officers, Brown recalls one officer told him to take his hands out of his pockets. He says they must have felt threatened because then they started punching and kneeing him, trying to get him to the ground. He says the officer who tased him initially pulled out his gun. You can read the story online in the Players Tribune.
We making something great happen. We making something positive happen, something that's heard, around the world. You got different countries.
About a month ago, Brown spoke out at a protest against police brutality and the death of George Floyd. He was backed by Bucs coaches, ownership, and staff. More than 7,000 people marched from Fiserv Forum Plaza to Veterans Park.
Madison's Board of Police and Fire Commissioners seeking public input on hiring the next police chief in Madison. Due to the pandemic, the board had to pause plans to host 4 public town hall meetings to gather information about experiences and characteristics that should be considered during the hiring process. Now, one way to share your input is through Zoom at the regular PFC meeting on Monday and a special meeting on July 22nd. Time slots to speak are first come, first served. You can also fill out an online survey to provide input. Go to cityofmadison.com and search Police and Fire Commission to find it.
New at 6, U.S. Senator Ron Johnson is proposing replacing the federal observance of Columbus Day with Juneteenth. A bipartisan group of lawmakers in both the House and Senate have backed legislation to create the federal holiday, recognizing the day the last group of slaves in Texas were notified of their freedom in 1865, 2 years after the Emancipation Proclamation was signed. Johnson praised the aims of that legislation, but emphasized the cost of creating another paid federal holiday. By eliminating Columbus Day, Johnson's legislation would keep the number of federal holidays the same. Next at 6, we are continuing to follow developments at a Mount Horeb daycare where children and staff were evacuated for a carbon monoxide incident. We'll have another live update next.
You are watching News 3 Now at 6.
It's time to celebrate at Furniture and Appliance Mart's Stars and Stripes event. Save up to 50% off all appliances, plus 18 months financing with no minimum purchase, and free doorstep drop-off from Wisconsin's own Furniture and Appliance Mart inside Ashley Home Store off the Beltline.
Pittsburgh Paints and Stains. The perfect paint for when the nursery becomes the bedroom. That becomes his room. That becomes your favorite room in the house. Paint because you want to, not because you have to. For results that stand up to whatever life brings. Trust Pittsburgh Paints and Stains. Exclusively at Menards.
Right now at Menards, get 11% off everything, including Pittsburgh Paramount Paint.
Raise your right hand and repeat after me.
I solemnly swear that I will support the veterans of the
United States Armed Forces.
I will defend the Constitution
against all enemies. That I will commit
to ensuring they are
not forgotten.
And I will enable veterans to live the same life of opportunity
they have provided me. So help me God.
Here's to the road ahead. Trust Toyota to be here for you.
Now every Toyota hybrid vehicle is available with 0% financing. With fewer stops per gas, Toyota hybrids give you the confidence to go farther. See your dealer or shop and buy online. Right now, you can lease a new 2020 Toyota RAV4 hybrid for $239 a month.
All from the brand you trust, today and tomorrow. Toyota.
Salute massive savings at Ashley Home Store's Stars and Stripes event. Save up to 60% off. Plus, take a bonus 10% off our sale prices at checkout. And interest-free financing for 3 years on top of our very best deals. Ashley Home Store. This is home.
Welcome back. We are continuing to follow developments in Mount Horeb after a carbon monoxide incident at a child care center just off of Highway 151. We have team coverage at the scene.
Well, let's go back into Adam Duxter, who recently got an update from the fire chief. Adam?
Yeah, Eric and Charlotte, for the first time in about 3 hours now, things here at Heart and Hands Learning Center here in Mount Horeb are quiet and calming down after all 53 students, 7 staff members were able to get out of this building. Now, we're told at 3 o'clock a construction worker called this in after one construction worker working in the building's gymnasium became drowsy and started feeling lethargic. And Mount Horeb Fire Chief Jenny Minter told us that was because a device that those workers were using inside the gym was leaking carbon monoxide. And she says when this call came in, it was listed as a mass casualty event because of the severity and because of the risk. And she says it's lucky that it did not end up worse than it did.
Mass casualty event for us is anything that has over 5 patients. So with all of the given people that were in the building, it's a mass casualty incident for us. Our priorities are to check those that are most seriously affected, which were the workers. But we also need to have fire crews be aware that there's elevated levels, so we need to take precautions, wear air packs as we go in.
Now, Minter says of those workers, 4 of them were taken to area hospitals, 1 in critical condition and 3 with just mild symptoms. There are also 3 students who showed mild symptoms of carbon monoxide infection, and a scary day for parents and students. Our Madeline O'Neill spoke with them earlier today as everything was unfolding.
We're here across the street at a parking lot that was full with cars of parents coming to pick up their children. Understandably relieved to see that their kids were okay. Some tell me they got a text or email alert and knew to come here. But one woman told me that she was on her way home when she saw the lights here and decided to stop. She said, of course, things going through her mind was worst case scenario, but was very relieved and happy to pick up her little girl. She said, and other parents we spoke with had nothing but nice things to say about the center and the way the situation was handled. One dad told me when he heard of the situation, he wasn't that worried because he knew that the center would be handling it well. And when he got here, he was happy to see that that was the case. So after what could have been an even more stressful situation, families tell me that they're just excited to go home and relax after this.
Maddie O'Neill, Adam Duxer, live near Mount Horeb. Thank you both tonight, and we'll be right back.
You may not know them. The coffee shop owner who knows your order. The couple who saves your seats. The family down the street who greets you with a smile. They've been there for you. Now you can be there for them. Donate today and help our friends and neighbors keep their power on.
There's time for adventure, there's people to treasure, and moments that no one can hold. There's so much to see when you're wandering free on this little blue world we call home. We call home, the only one we've ever known. On the road again, just can't wait to get on the road again. Life I love is making music with my friends, and I can't wait to get on the road again. On the road again.
The open road is open again. And wherever you're headed, Choice Hotels is there. Book direct at choicehotels.com.
Get a $150 MasterCard during Steinhaffel's 4th of July sale when you take advantage of 0% financing for 60 months. Now's the time to save 35% store-wide plus an extra 5% off. On top of that, free no-contact shipping. Get amazing deals priced to sell out like any size Sealy, $99. Twin bed, $299. 5-piece patio set or a 7-piece dining set, $399. Power lift chair or these sofas, $499. Hurry, Steinhaffel's 4th of July sale ends soon.
Today, some things do stand firm. Those you can lean on, the things that matter, and the importance of you being you. That's why, no matter the type of care you need, or the way you need it, we're here every day, safe and ready. Because wherever you are in your world, you're the focus of ours. Safe care your way. Unity Point Health Meriden, a partner of UW Health. Know how much you matter to this world.
Well, the average average temperature for the 4th of July is 82 degrees. For the last 2 years, we have been in the low 90s, and it seems like this year is going to be a bit of a repeat of that, similar to 2018 and 2019, where we saw high temperatures in the low 90s, overnight lows in the 70s, though we're not expecting to have those rain chances come through on Saturday. Saturday should be nice and dry, the coolest one in the last 5 years, back in 2016. Temperatures only got to the mid-70s for afternoon highs. Right now, our radar is quiet. It's still a little warm outside, and this very warm, very humid pattern continues on through the 4th of July weekend. There's a slight chance for storms tomorrow afternoon, and then dry weather expected for the weekend. Mostly sunny skies on Saturday, partly sunny skies on Sunday, and the warming trend just continuing into next week. We'll be partly cloudy and dry overnight, starting off tomorrow with partly sunny skies, and then really from about 2 to 5 o'clock, we have the slight chance for some showers to pass through tomorrow. May see a quick little round of rain, and then that zaps out a little bit of humidity, so it becomes a little more comfortable later in the evening. Overnight, partly cloudy, and for 4th of July on Saturday, a mostly sunny sky. Should be a very warm July-like day. Partly sunny skies on Sunday, and the temperature trend continues on. Looking at our 6 to 10 day outlook, it's very likely that we will be well above average for all of the Midwest, stretching into the plains, and the same goes in our 8 to 14 day outlook. That puts us through the middle of July that we'll see this warming trend. So again, not expecting much of a break anytime soon. Just make sure you stay hydrated. Find your cool spot if you can. If you have a lot of time outside for Saturday and Sunday, you'll want to make sure you wear some sunscreen and have some shade nearby. We have alert days in the forecast for both Saturday and Sunday because temperatures will be in the low 90s and heat index readings will be in the mid to upper 90s. We could see that triple-digit mark for some areas, especially around Janesville, Monroe, and Beloit for Saturday or Sunday afternoon. So very hot, very humid outside. The same story. Again, we've dealt with it for the last 2 years for the 4th of July. It's very warm and summery out. Temperatures tomorrow will be in the upper 80s. Again, a partly sunny sky for tomorrow with a slight chance for an afternoon or evening shower or thunderstorm. Alert days for Saturday and Sunday. Monday will still be in the low 90s. Looking ahead through the rest of the week, so warmer in the upper 80s, but there will be a chance for showers and thunderstorms each day for Tuesday through Friday. Plenty of dry hours, partly sunny skies each day, but in the afternoon and evening, we could have a quick pop-up shower or thunderstorm. Overnight lows will be in the upper 60s, close to 70 degrees. And looking ahead to next weekend or the following weekend, plan on partly sunny skies, humid conditions, and those highs staying in the upper 80s. That's a quick look at your forecast.
And coming up in sports, J.J. Watt added to BTN's all-decade team. We take a look back at just how good 2010 was for the former Badger. That's next on News 3 Now.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Happy 4th of July Super Sale, happening this week at the Brothers Maine. Come in now for more savings on more brands like Whirlpool, Maytag, KitchenAid, and Amana. We make upgrading your home more convenient at Maine with up to 18 months of 0% financing and expert-free delivery. Get more at the 4th of July Super Sale. More selection, more savings, and more satisfaction. And happy birthday, USA, from the Brothers Maine, your local store for more since 1938.
Where can you get top designer and name brand shoes at 60% off? DSW at Hy-Vee. We've slashed prices even more. All shoes were 50% off, but now are 60% off. That's right. All DSW shoes at Hy-Vee are now 60% off. Get 60% off all women's shoes, 60% off all men's shoes, and 60% off all kids' shoes. Check out DSW at Hy-Vee and get 60% off all shoes.
I got your back, you got mine. Think about you all the time. Together we can come through. That's what love's made of. When it's made with love, it's made to be shared.
Raise your right hand and repeat after me.
I solemnly swear that I will support the veterans of the
United States Armed Forces.
I will defend the Constitution
Against all enemies. That I will commit
to ensuring they are
not forgotten.
And I will enable veterans to live the same life of opportunity
they have provided me. So help me God.
morning. Chris Reese says everything you need to know about the forecast headed into the 4th of July weekend.
And with new regulations in place for Dane County restaurants, a new outdoor program starting Friday could see a surge.
We'll see you starting at 4:30.
Running back Jonathan Taylor was at it again, giving back to the Madison community. And his Jump Around Give Back campaign with the UW Credit Union was a hit. The duo teamed up and raised $10,000 for United Way's COVID-19 Urgent Needs Fund, with half of that amount going straight to the United Way of Dane County. And for Taylor, he's just happy he could help.
It's going to cover a lot of things, and that is really what we need right now in the heat of this pandemic. So again, I want to thank everyone for volunteering, donating, opening new checking accounts. Just knowing that a lot of these things are going to be put in place is just the right thing to do right now. There's a lot of people that need help, and I'm just proud that I'm a part of it.
From walk-on to 3-time NFL Defensive Player of the Year, J.J. Watt has pretty much done it all. And his accolades got a little bigger today. The former Badger was one of 4 defensive linemen named to the Big Ten's All-Decade team, and 2010 was a pretty good year for J.J. First-team All-Big Ten honors, 21 tackles for loss, and 7 sacks to go along with a lot impact trophy. Before the season was put on pause, the Milwaukee Bucks were rolling through the competition. They had the best record in the league, and they already wrapped up a spot in the playoffs. The challenge now is to do that all again, but in Orlando, and achieve their goal of winning an NBA title, one the Bucks feel might be more difficult than they expected back in February or early March.
It's going to be the toughest championship you could ever win. Because the circumstances are really, really tough right now.
The challenges of this season, this pandemic, everything that's happening in our country, the ability for a team to go back and compete and play against, the other 22 teams in the NBA and come out as a champion. In my mind, it'll be more special.
But any championship is special.
It is.
So I think they'll take anything they can get.
We have Giannis.
Yeah, we do have Giannis
right.
for now.
Done deal. Thank you. And here's Dana with a final check of your forecast.
Partly cloudy and mild again tonight. Tomorrow, another very warm and humid day with a slight chance for an afternoon shower or thunderstorm. Temperatures will be in the upper 80s. Saturday and Sunday for your 4th of July weekend, expect a very warm stretch just continuing on. Heat index readings in the mid to upper 90s. So those alert days, just a friendly reminder to make sure you stay hydrated with water and try not to spend too much time out in the sunshine. Next week will be warm in the upper 80s with a chance for rain almost every day. Plenty of dry hours, but those afternoon shower chances will develop again.
All right, Dana, thank you, and thanks for joining us for News for Now at 6.
Enjoy your evening, and we'll see you back here at 10.